Hey guys, how's it going? Good morning. Let me go and set up this room real quick and then we can get started. So let's see. Everything all set up right here. That's good. All right, it is Tuesday, December 28th, 6:20 right now. Market is going to open in about 10 minutes. Let me just finish setting everything all up right here and then we'll be good to go. All right, let me get this link sent out to you guys for the premium as well. Hey guys, morning. See, everyone's making their way in right now, so I'll give a few minutes. Hey guys, morning everybody. Today is Tuesday, December 28th. As you guys can see from my background, I'm testing the mobile setup again for one more day before I head out to Vegas. Not in my office today. I'm just going to be setting this up, get everything all set up. Looks like everything's pretty much good to go for the most part. I'm just going to leave the laptop on the MacBook, so everything is just pretty much ready to go every morning. Just a reminder, I'll be traveling for the next 4 days, so it'll be a while for me to get back to any responses. If you guys send any questions, but I will get back to you guys. Just expect it. If I don't get a response back to you guys this week, I will get back to you guys by next week. But I will be traveling for the next 4 days, so I will still be trading. I do have my mobile setup here. I bought a brand new iMac, MacBook Pro, One Max or whatever this thing is called, so I can trade with you guys as I travel. I also have a separate screen here so I can trade as well. So I will be with you guys every morning pretty much this week. Maybe we'll probably be on Friday. It's New Year's Eve. The market is going to be open, but I'm expecting low volatility. But I will be on with you guys, so we'll see what we can do from there. Anyways, guys, morning everybody. Morning Kenny, morning Sisu, morning Maddie, morning Wesley, morning Maria, morning Miles, morning Nick, morning everyone. Man, this cold is still lingering. It's annoying. It's like I'm not sick anymore, but I just keep coughing. Hey Lisa, hey Patrick, morning everybody, morning everyone. Let's see. So it's 6:24 right now. Market is going to open in about 6 minutes. Let's take a look at the news real quick to see if there's anything going on this morning. So this morning over here, Tuesday, December 28th, no real news. There was HPI, S&P CS Composite 20 HPI. This passed at 9 a.m. Sorry guys, let me just update this. Okay. Yeah, so we have some news coming up at 7. It's just the Richard Manufacturing Index, but it's light news. We don't really have much news this week, so we don't have anything really to get in the way. Yeah, there's no news today. So market should be pretty clear like it was yesterday. Looking over here at the retail sentiment, currently it's 65% short, meaning that there's 65% of retail traders who are short right now. So we'll be looking for some buys just like we did yesterday. We're going to have a bullish bias until the end of the year. Looking at the futures data, futures data is currently 18 points in the green, which is not very much, but it is something. Looking over at I think that's about it. Yeah. So futures data is currently 18 points in the green. So it is bullish. It's probably gonna be bullish for the rest of the day. So other than that, let me see if there's any other questions here. Miles is asking, where are you, bro? I'm using my mobile setup today. Miles, I was using this yesterday as well. I'm going to be traveling for the next 4 days. So I'm testing out this mobile setup. It went really well yesterday. Hopefully today goes just as good. But I'm in the living room. I'm not in my office today because I wanted to test this to see how I how I could trade and how I can go live outside of my office. And we did pretty good yesterday. So I'm not sure if you missed the entire session yesterday, Miles, but yesterday we were trading mobile as well. So I'll be in Vegas this week. So I'm going to be heading out after this live session. Actually, as soon as I get off this live session, I got to hit the road. So we'll see what this is. Oh, gotcha, Miles. Yeah, no, definitely. You missed out yesterday, Miles. Yesterday was a really good trading day. I'm not sure if you saw the live session, the replay for it, but we had a really good trading day yesterday. We were testing out this new mobile setup that I got. I got this brand new iMac Pro or MacBook Pro, whatever the newest, most expensive one is, just for like traveling, because I plan on traveling a lot this year. Yeah, I think next month I'm going to Cabo as well. So I need a mobile setup so I can travel with it. Oh, thanks, Nick. Yeah, Nick said lots of snow in Tahoe National Forest area. Yeah, that's what I was expecting. When I went to Vegas last year, there was a lot of snow out there. So hopefully it's not as snowy as it was last year. Anyways, market is opening in about 3 minutes. So good morning, Baded. So let's take a look at the technicals over here. So technicals over here on the 1 minute, we currently have a bearish bias. And the reason for that is because price is below the pivots and the trend meter is red. Looking over here at the 3 minute, same situation. We have a bearish bias because price is below the pivots and the trend meter is red. And then lastly over here, on the 10 minute, we have a bearish bias as well because price is below the pivots and the trend meter is red. Damn, Kennard said, I still have windows open out here in Vegas. Looks like it might not be as snow as I thought out there. It's actually pretty, it's cold here in California because of the storm that we've been having for the past couple of weeks. But yeah, wow. If you have windows open in Vegas, it might not be that cold. So we'll see. We'll see. Maybe it's just different areas. I know the Tahoe area is definitely really cold because it snows out there, but maybe like the actual Vegas area isn't as bad. But we'll see. I don't really like cold, so I bought a couple puffer jackets. I don't really wear cold. I don't go to cold, so I need to buy like new cold weather stuff because it doesn't really get cold here in California. All right, guys, market is opening in about a minute, so let's get started. Right here for the technicals, we have a bearish bias all around. However, I think price is going to swing to the upside. So I don't think this is going to hold. I think price is going to push to the upside, and then it'll close above these pivots right here. And we'll probably have a bullish bias, not a bearish bias. So we'll see what happens when the market opens in about 40 seconds, and then we'll make our moves as we get to that point. Just keep in mind that this is New Year's weekend, not New Year's week, New Year's trading week. So we're still going to have to be a bit conservative and a bit careful with our trades here. But I do think price is going to be bullish towards the, towards the end of the year. So let's get started, guys. Market is opening in about 15 seconds. So market is about to open in about 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. The market is now open. So let's see what goes on right here. We have a bullish bias because we have a buy signal right here. So if we get a buy signal or if we get a green candle, that strong with little to no wick, then that would confirm a possible buy for the breakout. I'm not really looking to take the breakout, depending on how big the candle is. If the candle is too big, then I'm probably not going to take the breakout. We'll just try to catch it as it continues to move along further above. It's just a bit risky because if everyone's looking for a buy, it's going to make the market easily manipulated. So looking at this right here, this looks like this would possibly be if this closes with a strong green candle, meaning little to no wick on the top side, then it'd be a buy for a breakout. This is a bit iffy though. Yeah, it's too iffy. The wicks on both ends are kind of too big. So I wouldn't take this. I mean, technically this would technically be the breakout. It's just really subjective. I'm not going to take it though. So you guys can take it if you want, or I'm just going to watch it. I don't really recommend anyone take it just yet. Yeah, it's a baby breakout, just like what Nick said. I mean, technically it's playing out. It looks fine, but it was just a bit risky. So the problem with this breakout here is that sometimes it's going to be very subjective, right? Because depending on what you consider a strong green candle and what I consider could be totally different. So for example, here, I didn't really consider this a strong green candle because it had somewhat of a wick right here. Generally, if there's no wick on the top end, then I would consider it a strong green candle. But for right here, I don't consider it a strong green candle. So I wouldn't have taken it. And I don't necessarily recommend anyone take it. But if you guys are in the position, make sure to move your stop loss in profit. You can see right there, it's pushing up higher. What I might want to do is catch the last, 100 pips of it as it pushes further, if possible. So if price reaches this point right here, then I might just hop in for like the last bit of it. I don't really recommend anyone do that, but sometimes I do take speculative trades in a direction if I see price going one way, and I do expect it to push past it. But I'm not taking the full move here. This is all going to be a speculative move. If I see price get past this, like into this blue area, then I'll probably hop in for like just a quick little push to the upside, or I might even pull out like really quickly. So let me see what goes on over here. But yeah, this is all part of the breakout. So as you can see right there, price is kind of struggling to get to the top end. Let's see. So I'm just going to try to catch like a little bit of it at the end. It's not something I recommend you guys do unless you guys really know what you're doing. Obviously, this isn't going to count as an official trade. It's just going to be one of the speculative buys that I generally take every so often. So let's see. I'm in profit about 500, 700, 800, 900. There you go, full TP. So I pulled out, made about 1,000 off that trade. So as you guys can see, that's all I try to do. I try to catch the last bit of it right here. It's not counted as an official trade. I just, I explained what I was doing there, because this technically was the breakout down there. If you guys are just getting into the room, if you guys want to rewatch the replay, I was explaining why I thought it was risky. This was technically the breakout right here because we were looking for a strong green candle. This was kind of subjective though. For me, I didn't see it to be that strong because there was a wick on the top side, a decent sized wick. But I mentioned that if price was to reach this point over here, I'd probably just catch, like if it broke into this blue point, I would just catch the last bit of the move right there. So I did catch it. I locked in a total of 1,390 off that trade. So not too bad for a quick little move there. If I caught the whole thing, I would have made about 5,000, but it's all good. Just a reminder, this breakout is not going to count as an official trade. I did recommend that it was risky. So obviously it's not going to count as official trade because I didn't take the full move as well. But as you guys can see, it is bullish. So everything that we've been anticipating, I did mention that is going to be bullish until the end of the year, and it's bullish right now. So yeah, looks good. I'll send you guys my profits real quick, and then I will show you guys what I did for the day. It's pretty solid. That was a really good move right there. Nice. So I'm getting a little more serious with my personal account. So I just I deposit like another $1,000. So you'll see in my account that I made a new deposit because I'm starting to take bigger lot sizes on my personal account as well. As you guys know, I'm more focused on my trading now. I'm not really teaching as much. I'm still doing the mentoring sessions, but I'm not necessarily looking to mentor anybody specifically. So I'm just focused on my trading. I do so well with my trading that I just, that's my main focus now. So here, let me see against my profits. So the same trade right there, I just took the small move towards the end for 100 pips. And this is what I locked in. So as you guys can see right here, this is my personal account right here. I deposited another $1,000 into it. So I took a decent lot size, made 64 off my personal. Here's my MFF, made 1,340. Here's my copier, FTMO, locked in 1,210. And then here's my my main account. I made 1,390. So across all my accounts, nice win right there. You guys can see that I actually took the trade. And yeah, so profits. Someone trying to join the room? All right, so we'll be looking for normal entries now at this point. Obviously, if you guys have been around for a while, looks like some of you guys did catch that trade there. It looks like Patricia caught it. Nice work, Patricia. Let's see what she did over here. And Zildjian over here. So Zildjian over here locked in a total of 645. Nice work, Zildjian. Patricia over here locked in a total of 1,504 for the day. She locked about 1,000 off that trade. Nice work, Patricia. And we got Professor over here with a total of 370. So great work, guys. Maddie too over here, locked in a total of 483. Nice work, Maddie. And Eunice over here as well. Eunice locked in a total of 148. Great work, Eunice. And Charlie over here just sent in his profits as well, locked in a total of 375 for the day. So as you guys can see, a lot of people here locked in some pretty solid profits. And then Eunice, his other account. So his first account, he locked in 148, and then his second account locked in 66. Nice work, Eunice, across both accounts. All right, so let's start looking for some normal trades here. I'll put up the strategies real quick. And then we'll start looking for some entries here. All right, so if you guys are familiar with this, basically these are the three strategies that we're applying here on the live session. Basically, I'm looking for all three to line up, or I'm looking for a variation entry. My bias is for a buy today, specifically because of historical data in the market. If you guys have been trading with me for the past couple of years now, towards the end of the year, market is generally bullish. So we're looking for buys for the most part. We're still looking at fundamentals and retail sentiment. Retail sentiment's going to take precedent here because we want to trade opposite of retail traders. So we're, for the most part, looking for buys here. Let me see if there's any zones here for the snipes. It's like there's a couple right here. There's one right there. One right there. All right, so here are the zones for 10-minute. Looking at the zones right here, there's no entries for any snipes. Obviously, let me turn this off real quick. As you guys can see, in order for there to be an entry, we need a wick rejection off the pivot and structure. There's no wick rejection off the pivot and structure, so there's not going to be an entry for any snipes here. Looking for the daily over here. You can see the daily yesterday. It looks like it hit TP. So this is the daily from yesterday, or it's still technically running. So the daily entry from yesterday is still running. It came up right here. It came up late, so we wouldn't have taken it. But the daily over here is technically hasn't come yet. If you do get a daily for a sell, I don't recommend taking it. If we get an invalid sell and then we get a buy after it, then possibly kind of like what happened yesterday over here, invalid and a valid. But I wouldn't take it for a sell. So price is still pushing up. It's doing exactly what we were anticipating. I'm going to just mark some stuff up over here as well. So here's opening candle at 6:30. Just delete that. Opening candle right here at 6:30. We have the low, which is right here. And then we have the high, which is right here. So there's the low and the high. I'm going to mark up the times over here, 6:30 to 8. This is usually our live trading session, 8 to 9, consolidation phase, 9 to 10, more consolidation. And then that's it for there. Yeah, I can't go any farther. So it's full later. All right. So here's a clean chart right here. I'm going to have the high marked up over here. We got the low marked up over there. We got opening price 6:30, which is right here. And we'll see what happens from here. All right, so this high just got pushed up a little higher. And then we got a pending low right here. All right, so as you guys can see, this is the range for today, or I mean currently right now. Market opened here at this vertical line. This is the low, this is the high, and this is the range within this area. So basically what I'm looking for here is I'm looking for a variation entry. I don't have the requirements here for the variation. If you guys don't know the variation, you guys can go check the previous mentoring session where I went to it in detail. But we're basically looking for either a variation entry or I'm looking for an entry that applies with all three strategies right here. So I'm looking for a triple confirmation, basically one candle that lines up with all of these three strategies right here. We've been applying this strategy for the past 3 months. We haven't had any losses on the live session. So that's what we've been focusing on. You know, we're focused on quality, not the quantity of trades. Because the thing is, if you guys can just keep winning and not losing, you guys should have no problem with, you know, growing your account exponentially over time. All right. So for this right here, let's see what's going to go on from this point. So as price continues to create lows right here, I'm going to keep drawing new lows. And looks like price is going into consolidation right here, which is completely fine. We want price to go into consolidation so that when price finally breaks out of it, you know, we'll be ready to ride it in whichever direction that price goes. So price is pretty much just consolidating within this area. That's fine because when price is done consolidating, price will break out, you know, one way or the other. And we'll be waiting for that breakout so that we can catch it. But yeah, currently right now, there's just not much for us to look at this moment. You know, market kind of died down a bit. Looking over at the fundamentals real quick, let's see where everything's sitting. So refreshing this right here. Fundamentals are currently bullish right now. It's up 104 points with the futures data. Looking over at the average for the day, currently up 133 points. We obviously have a bullish bias for the day. Looking over here at the actual stock index. Looking at the stocks for the day, pretty much majority of the stocks here are green, right? So everything's pointing towards a bullish bias. Retail sentiment's also short. And this is great because you can see right here, a lot of people are bandwagoning onto these sells because a lot of retail traders don't know what they're doing, right? They're expecting price to drop. However, we know that price is likely to keep going up because it's just historical data, right? If you trade an asset every day for years, you know exactly how that asset moves. I've been trading US 30 every day for like 3-4 years. At the end of the year, if you want to go back, if you just go back and you see where price moved at the end of the year, pretty much every year. So if you take everything off here and you just go back to December of 2021, right? I mean, not 2021, of 2020. If you go back to December of 2020, just go back, like go back every year. Look what happened here from this point, right? From December 20th up until the new year, bullish, right? Go to 2019. I mean, guys, it's like basic logic here, right? If you guys want to see how price moved last year, just go back to last year and see where price went. All right, from December up until the new year, right? Bullish. Just it's not that difficult, guys. You guys can just go back and see how things move. So like when you see a lot of these retail traders selling, my guess is a lot of them haven't gone back and seen where price went, you know, towards the end of the year, right? End of the year right here, December 26th up until the new year, bullish, right? And it's not that difficult. If you guys want to go and see yourself, you can always just go back and see where was price, you know, the previous year, 2017. So how many years is this back to back? This is like 2017 to 2021. It's like 4 years back, right? 3-4 years back to back, where it's been bullish. What do you think I expect to do it here? Right? It's difficult. It's the same thing every single year. So when I see a lot of people here selling, I'm like, all right, go ahead and sell because I'm going to keep buying because price is likely to keep pushing up higher. You know, if you trade an asset enough, you'll start to see these patterns that just repeat itself year and year. Like it just keeps repeating itself. And that's why we're so good at US 30, right? You know, we're so accurate. We haven't lost a trade in a live session for the past, you know, 3 months. You guys can go back and watch every live session. We haven't lost any trades because the thing is I've figured out how US 30 works because I trade it so often. You know, it's just solving a new puzzle every day, but the same puzzle keeps coming up. So one thing that I recommend for you guys is if you guys want to really get good at trading, I would recommend just focusing on one asset and mastering that. You know, the past couple of years I was trading Forex and I did pretty well trading Forex, but I didn't like being at the chart all day. So I went back to what I originally did, scalping, and I focused on US 30 and here we are. So we'll see what happens here. Price is going into consolidation right here. So we're pretty much just waiting for this to break out of this consolidation phase. Once it breaks out of it, we'll cash that. I'm looking for a buy. So that's for the most part what I'm looking for here. So as price comes down and creates a new low here, that's fine because I'm looking for a variation for it to shoot to the upside. Once it shoots to the upside, I will cash that variation. So we have another pending low right here. If we get a variation off this, that's fine. I'll take it. We need to confirm that. So until we confirm that, we're not going to take it. So no shortcuts, guys. You guys got to make sure if everything fits. You know, there's no rush. So let's keep that in mind. So I got everything all set up right here. So this is not a variation, guys. We need a double wick rejection off the low. So this is fine. If it doesn't close as a variation, we can probably catch it as an entry using these 3 strategies right here. So let's see, no variation off that, which is okay. So as you guys can see, I'm gonna scroll out from here. This is the clean chart. If you guys look at the clean chart right here, you can see this is the wide range, right? We have the wide range. This is the low, this is the high, and then this is the tighter range within it. So, yeah, this is basically where we're going to be trading until price breaks outside of this range. So we'll keep watching it. We'll see where it goes from here. Patrick's asking Sean, with variations, no double body, low or high double wicks. Yeah, so only wicks, Patrick. I've seen some people use it with the bodies. So if it's been working for you and you've been noticing it, you know, it's possible. It's just something that we rarely see. We don't really see it too often. So we just don't really apply it. Like if we saw it more often, maybe we'd apply it more, but we just don't really see it too often. So I haven't really been able to to test it because I forward test. So a lot of people like to back test. I don't like back testing because when you back test, you kind of skew the results because you train your eye to see what you want to see. When you're forward testing like I do here, you can't really fake the results because you do everything. I do everything live, right? So that's why I like to forward test rather than back test. If this closes above here, if this buy signal closes above this line right here, then it will be an entry for this 3 strategy confirmation. However, if it doesn't, then unfortunately, we're just going to have to waste the buy signal there. We're just going to have to wait. I'm hoping the buy signal doesn't close. Unfortunately, it did. So the buy signal right there closed. This would technically be an entry for the intraday and for the pivot scalp. I'm not looking to take 2 strategies though. If you guys can see right here, if you took that entry right there, you would have hit your full TP already. I'm just not looking to take any risky trades, guys, because it is New Year's week. So as you can see right there, that would have hit full TP. I'm not sure if anyone caught it. This was an entry using this strategy right here, the pivot scalp, and also an entry using the intraday momentum right here. Because as you can see, we have a buy signal. It's above the pivots. That's going to be this strategy. We have a buy signal here, and it matches the trend meter. So that'd be an entry right there, 2 off this candle. So whoever caught it, you know, great work. I didn't take it myself, so I'm not going to count that as a trade for today. Nice. Looks like a lot of you guys caught it. Sisu caught it. Rick caught it for 545. Nice work, Rick. Rav probably caught it as well. So great work amongst all you guys here. I didn't take it myself, so it's not going to count towards the results. You know, just keep in mind all the results that are posted at the end of the week are trades that I've taken during the live or trades that I've recommended you guys take. That one right there, I wasn't really recommending to take it because, you know, I'm looking for the high quality trades. As you can see, the strategies still work perfectly fine. You can apply just 1 strategy if you want or 2 strategies. However, for me, I'm looking for those guaranteed wins or almost guaranteed wins. This is it's just a risky week to be trading. Also, the fact that the thing that I mentioned to you guys earlier with historical data, a lot of people know that price is supposed to be bullish towards the end of the year. So the problem with everyone knowing that price is going to be bullish is that it creates manipulation in the market because if everyone's trading one way, then, you know, it's just going to keep going that way. And then the price can easily spike down just to stop people out. And you can see right here, the masses are getting stopped out of the trades. It was 66%, now it's 65 because a lot of people here are getting kicked out of their trades. They're getting stopped out. But it's fine. We'll let the other retail traders continue to sell, and we'll keep looking for buys here. But I'm only looking for those very, very high quality trades. So unless it lines up with this, or unless we get a variation, I'm not going to be taking it. But you guys are welcome to take the trade yourself. So if you guys know the strategies, you guys have the K2 indicators, you guys are free to take it yourself whenever you see them. But for me personally, I'm just going to be waiting for the high quality trades. So let's see, Cern over here took the trade right there for the buy. Let this load up. Let's see, we have a couple other people here too. We got Isaac over here locked in a total of 1,085. Great work, Isaac. We got Rock over here locked in a total of, I don't know what the total is, but he has all wins here. It's about like 20, I don't know if this is dollars or euros, but pretty much straight day of all wins right here, Rock. Great work right there. Amazing. That's good right there. Cern over here too, locked in a total of 61 euros. All wins, no losses. So this is the consistency that you guys need, right? You guys need to have this great consistency here. Cern started with 100 euros. He's now at 1,009 euros. Nice. Got 100 to 1,000 now. Great work, Saren. That's great. He's only been doing this for like, I think less than a month now, this new account. So great work, her, and keep pushing it higher and higher. Larkin over here as well. Larkin locked in a total of 306 for the day. All wins, no losses. Great work, Larkin. And I think that's it. Let's get back to the charts over here. So this is why it's important that you guys know the strategies and you guys have access to the K2 indicator so that if you guys want to take these more riskier trades, you guys are welcome to take them. I'm not going to take these risky trades because, I only want to provide you guys with wins. I don't want to be giving you guys any risky trades where you could possibly lose. I'm looking for the almost certain positive that we're going to be hitting CPs off these trades here. So I'll keep pushing this higher right there. But our bias here is still going to be a buy. Nothing here off the 3-minute. Nothing here off the snipe. Nothing here off the daily. The only chart that we have any possible moves on would be here on the 1-minute. So looks like there might be a variation here for a sell, but I'm not looking to take any sells here. So possible variation entry right there for a sell. But even if it closes, I'm not taking a sell. I'm only looking for buys here. I want a variation from the bottom side. So we'll see what happens here. All right. So price just keeps pushing higher and higher, which is exactly what I expected. This is why I wouldn't have taken that variation right there, right? We have a bias right now for a buy. You guys should never go against your bias. I know some people take variations in both ways and like in both directions, but I would never go against a bias, especially if a bias is very strong. The reason why we know this bias here is strong is because there's a triple confirmation with regard to our confluences here, right? We have the retail sentiment here, which indicates a lot of retail traders are selling. So we're not looking to take any sells here. Looking at the index for today as well, it's currently up 190 points. So this is a strong bullish bias right now. I'm not looking to take any sells. Lastly, looking over here at the charts, everything is bullish, right? So there's no reason for anybody to take any sells right now. Literally no reason. So I mean, it blows my mind that a lot of retail traders are still selling. Everyone's trying to catch the top. I don't think that top's going to hit. It's not going to happen. Or it might drop a little bit, but I think it's going to keep pushing up higher and higher. So we'll see what happens as price continues to push higher. So let's see. I don't think we're at the all-time high yet. This is the 4-hour right here. Let's go to so it's getting close to the high right here. Let me see. Is this the all-time high? It's the other tool. Yeah, that would be the all-time high. No, I do not expect a double top right there, Rick. I expect it to break right through it. Yeah, it's really close to the all-time high. So guys, you guys might want to be a little careful if you guys are deciding to trade around this point. Price might bounce off it. I don't think it's going to hold. I think it's going to keep pushing up higher and break the all-time high. So if you guys are looking for a double top right here, I'm not really expecting that double top at all. That's usually what happens with a lot of people. Whenever it gets close to the all-time high, a lot of people try to sell because they think it's gonna double top and just fall, and it does the complete opposite. It just skyrockets even higher. So I think it's gonna break through it. I don't think it's going to reverse from there. Or what might happen is it might reject off it and then it might consolidate for a bit, but then eventually it's going to come up and break right through it. So we'll see what happens here, guys. This is pretty interesting. So there goes the all-time high right there. Let me turn on the indicators over here real quick, see where price is going. Yeah, you guys can see how strong this trend is right here. I don't expect it to come right back down. So yeah, looking at the index over here, it's pretty much all green for the most part. Yeah, so it looks good for the most part here. Let me see if I missed anything over here. Yeah, well, like Nick, usually at the end of the year, they try to close the market out strong. So I do think it'll hit an all-time high. If it doesn't hit today, it's going to hit eventually by the end of the year. But I mean, we'll see what goes on from there. Let me scroll up real quick. Nick said, feels like K2 has a strategy for every type of move that US 30 makes. Long the game, variation, 3-minute breakout, snipe daily, so much opportunity with K2. Yeah, no, definitely, Nick. And that was the whole game plan, right? This whole year was developing strategies for you guys to apply for US 30 in all different types of situations. So I think this year has been good because we were able to come up with a lot of stuff here that is going to help everyone do like amazing next year, right? So this year was just like the building phase with these strategies that we've been applying here at K2. I think next year is going to be pretty insane if we just keep applying this and we have the same type of results all throughout the year next year. So it'll be fun. I think next year is going to be a lot of fun with us trading. I mean, this year was fun. Next year is going to be even better. So there's a new high here that's being broken. This here has been invalidated. So this high is just going to get pushed up even higher right there. All right, so it's getting closer and closer to the all-time high. I'm going to be a bit careful here, guys. I don't want to hop in any trades because what might happen is you might see some volatility with price spiking. So what might happen is price might go up. And then when it gets to this point, it's going to either spike to the upside really fast or it's going to spike to the downside. What you guys want to be careful for is if you get caught in that volatility spike, if you're on the wrong side of the market, there might be slippage. Price might go through your stop loss. It might just keep dropping further and further and might not be able to stop you to close you out. So you guys want to be careful. A lot of people are watching the same exact price point, right? Everyone's looking at the all-time high right now. There's a reason why there's a lot of people on the sell side. At first, this didn't make sense to me why a lot of people were short. But now that I could see that we're at the all-time high, I could see why a lot of retail traders are short because a lot of people are gambling right here, right? A lot of people are betting that price is going to drop. However, those are sucker bets because I think price is going to keep going up. People are probably going to get stopped out of this year. What might happen is what I see a lot of people do is they'll put an entry here like a sell limit, and then they'll have a huge stop loss, like a huge one, so they can catch it because it's going to have to drop eventually, right? The all-time high will get broken, and then it's going to have to come back down at some point to some extent at the very least. So, I mean, good luck to whoever's selling at this point. I'm hoping to have like a really wide stop loss. But you can see here that volatility is died down substantially. What I'm thinking right now is that they're going to keep adding suspense to this, right? They want to keep inching price closer and closer to the all-time high. What I would recommend you guys focus on is the retail sentiment. You can see the numbers increasing at 66% short. If this number increases higher and higher, say this number becomes like 70%, right? Where everyone tries to enter themselves. My guess is that when price reaches the all-time high here, when it gets to that exact point, this number is going to explode because I could see a lot of sell limits sitting right here. Right? Everyone's waiting for that all-time high. They want price to touch it so it triggers a sell limit and then price drops slightly because you're going to get a lot of these orders that push price down like this. And then when that drops, this number right here is going to increase to like maybe 67, 70%, 75%. And then what happens from that point, the market makers start to charge price up. And then when there's enough sellers in the market, they just skyrocket price super to the upside. And then from there, everyone gets stopped out, right? And then I'm going to be ready to take those buys because I could see the volatility come to the upside. So what I'm going to do right now is actually I'm going to go to my MC4. I'm going to set my TP very high. So if I do enter a trade, I'm just going to be moving my stop loss. I'm going to be sliding it up so I don't get pulled out in profit too early. But check this out. This is going to be pretty interesting to see where this goes. So you guys can see it says 66 right here, right? Wait until price reaches this all-time high because I'm already anticipating there to be a lot of sell limits right here. So I see a lot of people waiting to take the sells. And you can see prices just inching up. I feel like all the market makers are getting together right now and they're like, watch us blow all these people out of the market. It's funny because it's all psychological. And it happens. I mean, whether you guys believe in market manipulation or not, I mean, I believe in it 100% because you're going to see right now in a little bit when price reaches the all-time high, one of two things are going to happen. Price is either going to drop or price is going to push up. My guess is that since there's a lot of retail traders right here, or this is what might happen right here. So my guess is that there's not enough retail traders in the market. It's only 66% on the sell side. So what they might do is they might drop price down a little bit to lure in more sellers, right? Because the thing is, the market makers and institutions aren't going to make, I mean, they're going to make money, but they're not going to make as much as they want, right? They want this number to be up to like 70, 75, 80%. When there's that many people on the sell side and they spike price to the upside to stop everyone out, then they're going to make a killing off that. So we'll see what happens here. My guess is that they're going to keep loading these sellers on here. Yeah, I know, Maddie. I was looking at that too, the variation. Honestly, I don't know if I would even take a variation right now. Let me see how far is this from. I mean, it's not too close, but it's like 500 pips. So maybe I'll take a variation. If it drops down here, like drops down lower, then I'll take the variation because I don't want to be, stuck in it too far into the market. But yeah, if the variation comes below here, I'm fine. I'll probably take that variation. Yeah, like what Maddie said, there was a sell variation right here. There's a double wick. If you took that, that would have hit TP, but it's too risky. It's not one that I'd be looking to take. If we get a variation down here, I'm okay with taking variation because we have enough room to hit our TP. So let me adjust my stop loss TP right now. All right, so as you can see, price is coming down. My guess is that they're trying to stack in some more sellers. There's not enough sellers in the market yet. It's only 66%. So they're trying to lure in some more sellers, which a lot of people are going to get lured into that. When they see price coming down like that. So we're probably not going to hit the all-time high today, or maybe we will, but looks like they want to keep stacking up a little bit more sellers as it comes down a bit more. This would be an entry for the high-low entry right here, the high-low scalp for a sell, but it's not one that I would take. I'm not looking to take any sells right here. But yeah, this would be a high-low scalp. You can see right here, this candle right here broke and closed below this below this low. And all the requirements here were met. But I'm not looking to take any sells here. So let me keep dropping this lower and lower. Nice work, Paul. Yeah, Paul said I incorporated depth market on my MT4. It's so useful to auto TP stop loss. Yeah, no, I agree, Paul. It's a game changer. I mean, it really makes all the difference with timing and entry points. All right, no variation right there. Price just keeps dropping lower and lower. All right. Yeah, if we get a variation here, I'm for sure going to take it. 67%. So as you guys can see, this number is increasing, right? A lot of people are getting lured into these sells. Is exactly what we're anticipating. So it went from 65 to 66 to now 67. A lot of people are thinking that price is going to drop. Like people are getting tricked because you can see right here, a lot of people are seeing this and they're like, oh, double top, right? It's the same pattern that everyone's looking at. They're like, oh, it's rejected off this. So they think price is going to come down. So this right here is, I mean, it's just a clear setup for the markets to stack up some more sellers. but it's going to break an all-time high eventually. It might not happen today, but I think by the end of this week, that all-time high is going to be broken. Let's see. Paul said, if we get a variation, are you going to hold it? I don't plan on holding it right now, Paul, because we're close to the all-time high. So you're going to see a lot of market, not really. I don't want to say manipulation, but you're going to see a lot of back and forth movement within this area here, because a lot of people are trying to enter into these sells. So even if price gets pushed up, X amount, it might get dropped. If it breaks the all-time high, then I'll be holding it. But right now is not really the time to be holding it, because price is probably going to keep bouncing back and forth within this area. So I'm not looking to take any any trades in that direction right now. Or I'm not looking to hold it for too long. Man, I was hoping there was gonna be a variation right here, Maddie. So this right here, this buy signal, this would be a buy for a pivot scalp and an intraday. So if you guys are looking to take that trade there, I'm not going to take it, but I mean, if you guys want to take it, feel free to take it at your own risk. I'm just letting you guys know that there's a trade coming up right here, but it's not one that I plan on taking, because I want one that lines up with all of these, or I want a variation. It's all about discipline, guys. One thing that you guys have noticed for me is that I'll see good trades or decent trades and I still won't take them, because I'm looking for the ones that I'm specifically looking for. And it's probably going to hit, but I just find it too risky, because it's in an area where, and there's not going to be entry there anyways. There's no entry off that. There's a new pending high right there. Delete that. All right. See if there's anything on the 3-minute. Nothing on the 3-minute, nothing on the snipe, nothing on the daily. Only time frame that we could really find anything on right now is gonna be this 1 minute. So we'll keep watching over here. You're gonna take this one right here, Maddie? Yeah, there's gonna be an entry off this. I'm not gonna take it though, guys. If you guys want to take it, like I mentioned, take it at your own risk. I'm not looking to take any trades right now unless it fits my requirements. But this would be an entry for the pivot scalp. It'll also be an entry for the intraday over here. It's not looking to force any trades right now. So I'll have it marked up right there. However, I'm not in this trade. Just a reminder, guys, I'm not in this trade. I don't necessarily recommend anyone take it, but if you guys want to take the risk, you guys are more than welcome. This is not going to count as one of the official trades. I'm just marking it up for you guys so that you guys can see. And this is using the pivot scalp and the intraday. The only trades that I'm looking to take are variations, and I'm looking for the triple confluence, meaning these 3 strategies here line up all together. Right here, there's 2 strategies, these 2 that line up together, but not this one right here. This is going to be the main one. So generally, this is my catalyst for this strategy here. I'm looking for this to apply, but then these would be an extra confluence. So see what happens here. Other than that, I'm just going to be waiting for any other entries here. Let's see if there's any lows yet been established. Right there. All right. So market is pretty much dead right now. It's really, really slow. Maddie said he got in at a discount, hopped out. Yeah. So you can see right here, price starting to drop a little bit. It's not one that I would recommend taking. And I'm glad I didn't take it, because I'd be stressed out right now if I was in this trade. Man, the market is so dead right now. It's still at 67. You know, I still think that they're going to keep trying to stack it up. Uh, Charlie said, "Yeah, I'm stuck in it." I think it'll eventually push up, Charlie. I just don't want to be stressed out holding on to it. Because you're looking at this number over here, you can see that there's still not enough retail traders on the sell side from to spike it up. Because the thing is, they can like market makers can spike it up if they really wanted to. However, it's not going to lure in more sellers, right? They want more sellers in the market. So how do they lure in more sellers? They drop price or they let it drop. I think it's going to push up eventually. I mean, if you could hold on to the drawdown, Charlie, I think it's going to come up eventually. But you know, I don't want to be stuck in that because right here, this number is still too low. The number increases, it's probably going to push up higher because the fundamentals here are still strong. You can see the fundamentals are 183 points in the green. Looking at the stock index over here, this is pretty much for the most part majority green as well. It's a couple of red stocks right here. There's like 2 red stocks here that are probably going to turn green soon. Cisco and Intel, Microsoft, Apple, and Salesforce are the only red stocks, but they're not that red. You can see this is unchanged now. It was red. It's going to turn green shortly. So we'll see what happens here. But anyways, I'm gonna take this off, guys, because I don't want to be confused with this trade here. I'm looking for a variation. So hopefully we get a variation right here, Charlie, and then it spikes price all the way back up for you. that's what I'm anticipating right here. Yeah, hopefully we get a double wick rejection off this, and then it'll just push price right back up. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for right here, Maddie. If we get a double wick rejection off this. All right. So no variation off that. Yeah. Maddie said this shit's playing. Yeah, I know, man. It's trash. It didn't even move. Like looking at that candle right there, it didn't move at all. Um, yeah, I'm just gonna wait for it. I'm hoping it pushes up for you, Charlie, so you can at least pull out and profit. Um, but yeah, the market is obviously it's playing. It's just going back and forth. All right, so we might get a variation over here. If we get a variation off here, I'll be taking it for a buy. Yeah, you guys just gotta be a bit smarter about looking at these trades here because I know there's a lot of people that are just like that variation right there. I'm sure there's some people that are trying to just get in early. They probably entered before it even closed. You guys got to be patient. You guys got to wait for these actual entries to confirm. So I was hoping for a variation right there, but price broke it again right here. So no variation off that. It might. So this might be really good right here. If it rejects off this pivot and it's a variation, this is probably going to this is probably going to bounce right off it and shoot right up. Let's see where the sentiment's looking right now. Sentiment is still, it's at 68. So as you guys can see right here, it's like the plan is working out perfectly, right? The number here is increasing because a lot of people are starting to get lured into these sells. So people are seeing price drop and they're like, oh, price has to drop. But this, I think it's going to bounce at some point. So the main key here is to use this. I mean, use the fundamentals, but it's bullish, so you don't really have to look at it. The main thing is here, looking at this increase. So this number increases higher and higher. It's going to charge it up for a bigger push to the upside. So let's see, is this a variation right here? Possible variation right here, guys. No, it's not on it though. Yeah, look how close it is, Maddie. It's like literally like less than a pip away from touching. So guys, if this closes here, it's not a variation. It needs to touch the line. So it needs to be a double wick rejection off that low right there. It's close, but not close enough. I know, Maddie, right? Yeah, so nothing off that. So no variation off that, guys. Unfortunately, it was really close to this line, but it's not. It needs to be a double wick rejection like this right here. So let me just turn this off real quick. You guys see how there's a double wick rejection right there? We need that, but we need it right here off the low. There's none off either of these, so unfortunately, no entry off that. Damn, it's 7:21 already. I didn't realize how much time passed. One thing that I could start to notice too is like when my background starts to get when there's light back there, because you guys remember like an hour ago it was super dark, and now there's light back there. I noticed that yesterday in the live session too. Someone was like, "Damn, how long have you been trading?" And we were trading for like almost an hour and a half yesterday, or we were trading for an hour and a half, almost 2 hours. Man, it's crazy how fast time flies. All in here. Hey Charlie, I'm not sure if you're still in the trade from earlier. Site's making its way back up. Yeah, you're in it. Yeah, I would just hold on to it, bro. I think you should be fine. So unfortunately, there's no variation that's available right now. There's also no other strategy that's available either. I mean, for these three right here that are lining up. In order for us to take this entry here, I need price to close above this line right here. If it closes, then I'll take it for a buy. If it doesn't close there, then there's just not going to be an entry available just yet. So it's going to give it a bit more time. Man, this market is so slow. All right, so we get another high there. As you guys can see, so looking at it oh shit, what did I do? Looking at it from this perspective right here. So if I turn everything off, you guys can see the pattern here getting developed, right? So if I zoom out a little bit, this is a clean chart, so it's easier to see on this clean chart. But as you guys can see, price is pretty much getting tighter and tighter. It's squeezing, right? So we had this bullish move right here. It created a smaller range. This is the big range right here, the low, the high, and then again right here, a low and a high right here. And then right here, price is getting tighter, right? It's squeezing. So as you can see, price is starting to squeeze within this area, which is exactly what we want. We want price to squeeze so that price goes into consolidation and then it breaks out, right? We're anticipating it to break out to the upside. I mean, it could break out either way, but my guess is that it's going to break out to the upside. So this is why it's important that you guys draw the structure using the high lows or using the K2 high low indicator, because it helps you identify where price is likely to go. So let me just move this over real quick. Yeah, that's good for the most part. So price is just squeezing within this area. And you can see volatility just die down there. It's not a surprise. Here, let me scroll over here real quick. Yeah, Maddie said it's moving like Asia. Henry said, I noticed you do not use support and resistance lines, but your line corresponds to what they call the Darvis box in technical trading, the blue lines. I've never heard of that before, Henry. But yeah, no. A lot of these theories line up with like other theories that people have developed in the past, right? Like what I'm doing here isn't groundbreaking, right? Trading's been around for like so many years. So what I'm doing here might line up with like other strategies or like what other people teach in their theories. But I just call it what I call it because this is what I developed on my own and just called it this. I didn't really base this off anything else. So I've never heard of Darvis. I'm not sure if anyone else have heard of Darvis. Um, but yeah, so the thing with my trading here, guys, is that I never was mentored. I never learned from any specific person. I kind of just learned everything from trial and error. So a lot of the stuff that I use here is just stuff that I name and call myself because I didn't really learn this from any other theories or any other teachers. This stuff is just kind of stuff that I started to notice patterns in the market, and then I just call it high low because it's just easier for people to understand. I'm sure Darvis has some meaning behind it. His theory. I'm sure Darvis was a person, but yeah. But yeah, no, definitely. I could definitely see that happening, Henry, with the Darvis box. Let's see. Professor said, yep, heard of Darvis, but in the trading room where they talked about Darvis, they had nowhere near the success I have seen in this room. Yeah, I mean, what I use is different, right, guys? So I know a lot of you guys come from different trading groups. In different trading groups, people like just pull different theories from different people that they've learned from. For me, I've pretty much picked up all this stuff from scratch. So I kind of understand it inside and out. That's why it works a lot better for us here. Because the thing is, we're not really confused, right? If something comes up, I kind of know what's happening already because I created it. But yeah, I mean, it's cool that you guys have heard of this before. C6 said, I'm just glad no one's calling out Batman's, Wonder Woman's, and Green Lanterns. Um, yeah, if you guys were in K2, like I think earlier this year, there was someone in the group that was calling these Batman patterns. I don't know if they were something like legit. I've never heard of them myself, but some guy said that they saw a Batman pattern. They were drawing like a bat, a little. I don't know how it's drawn. A little Batman icon. Where's the drawing tool at? If you guys were here before, you guys remember exactly what I'm talking about. The brush. They were like, oh, it's a they drew something like this in the market. We were like, what? It's like a bow. I guess some people call it a bow, or some people call it a I don't know, Batman icon. I don't know. It's just funny, guys. If you guys were in the group before, you guys probably remember that. I don't know. The guy doesn't come in the group anymore though. Yeah, no. Patrick said bats, butterflies, etc. I've seen the bat pattern. So I've seen the bat pattern before, but I've never heard anyone call it the Batman. Like they literally drew like the Batman icon on there. Yeah, so no entry right here yet, guys. So guys, I know we're messing around here on this live session, but I'm still looking for trades, so just keep that in mind. I'm still looking. I'm not necessarily focus hasn't worn off yet. I'm still here looking for trades. I want at least one more trade before I get off this live session. Um, but we'll see where this goes from here. As you can see, prices, it's pretty much squeezing within this area over here. It's so it's the same thing that we mentioned earlier. So we have the wider range, right? So this right here is a low. This is the high. This is for the entire session. From here, price just gets tighter. Now we have a tighter range within this area, and then a tighter range within this area. And price is just going to keep getting tighter and tighter, right? Which is okay. Price just keeps getting tighter and tighter. I think someone mentioned an ascending triangle here, which yeah, I could see that happening right here as price continues to drop lower. So this is good that you guys are familiar with a lot of these other things. I don't necessarily use all these other patterns, but it's good to see that you guys are seeing this because this is going to line up with what we're looking for here. So if we do get this ascending triangle and price does break outside of it, we can probably expect it to push to the upside, which is what we're looking for anyways. So, glad to see a lot of you guys here using this to your advantage. Because it is very useful that we have other members here who have other trading knowledge. Because I don't really have any trading knowledge from anywhere because I never really learned from anybody. This is all stuff that I figured out on my own. So if you guys have a different view or if you guys have any confirmation that lines up with what we're looking for here, I mean, it's good to see what you guys are anticipating here. Let's see. Oh, Paul said ascending triangle is a bearish pattern, not bullish. Yeah, see, like I didn't even know that because I don't really trade patterns at all. So if that's the case, then maybe it isn't a descending triangle. I mean, who knows? I think price is going to be bullish though. So like, from my perspective, my bias hasn't changed yet. I'm still looking for that bullish move. But yeah, I have no idea what these patterns look like. So yeah, we'll keep waiting. We'll see. There's nothing here off the 3-minute. Market is actually pretty dead today. It's a lot more dead than I was anticipating. I was kind of expecting it to be a little more bullish and a little more volatile, but there has been no entries here off the snipe. There's no daily entry. There's no 3-minute entries. The only time frame we can really look at would be here the 1-minute, but there really isn't much for us to look at here either way. Let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4. This is going to be 4 right here. We need 5 candles until we get that buy signal that closes above here. Then we can take it for a buy. However, right now, there just isn't anything for us to take at the moment. Let's take a look at the retail sentiment again. So as you can see, the sentiment isn't really increasing at all. I don't really see much volatility happening until the sentiment starts to increase. It's been at 68% this whole time. Market is literally not moving at all. We got an invalid buy signal right there. Yeah, it's a false signal. Let's see if this pushes up higher. Nope. Market volatility is literally flat right now. See if there's any news that would probably cause price to, not really news, like not a high impact news, but yeah, because NASDAQ is poised to underperform S&P 500 for the first time since 2016 as investors shun tech stocks. Yeah, there really isn't much going on. Over here in the news. But yeah, volatility is pretty much dead at this moment. Rick said, can we get Brandon on the mic? Man, if Brandon gets on the mic, I'm getting off the live session. But yeah, no, if the thing is like today is not today, this week is New Year's week. So there's no actual meetings this week. Generally during the week we'll have like Fed meetings and we'll have like stuff going on, right? Today is December 28th, so New Year's is coming up in the next couple of days. So you can see right here, there's not really much news in the market. There's bank holidays pretty much every day. There's New Zealand bank holiday, Canadian bank holiday, London bank holiday, Japan bank holiday, European bank. There's bank holidays literally the entire week. So with a lot of these banks closed, you're going to see a lot of low volatility in the market. So this isn't really a surprise. I mean, this is normal for markets to be slow. It's just we were kind of hoping that it was going to be a bit quicker than than it is right now. Um, but it is what it is. I mean, we're getting closer to the end of the year. Volatility is going to die down. This is normal. See, it's 7:35 right now. If you guys have any questions, feel free to drop your questions in the chat. I can answer whatever questions you guys have. I'll still be looking for trades, but I mean, this market's looking pretty dead right now. Charlie, I'm not sure if you're still in the position, but it's pushing back up. So hopefully you're still in and pull out in profit as it pushes up. I think it's definitely going to push back up to profit. But it's probably going to take some time. Scotty's asking, when is NFP? NFP is the first Friday of every month. So it should be next week. So let's just check this real quick. So what you can do here on Forex Factory is you can go to the next week and you can see that NFP is right there on January 7th. So next Friday on January 7th, we have NFP. So volatility is set to be pretty high next week. We're going to be back in a full swing. It's NFP week as well. And it's going to be the first week of the new year. So yeah, we'll see where it goes from there. Anyways, back to the market over here. This is exactly why I wouldn't want to be in any trades right now, because it's just going back and forth. Yeah, Josh, I just saw your message right now, bro. 100%, 100%. Let me just turn off my central air. It's getting pretty hot here. Turn that off. All right, so we got a low here. A pending low. And then if this low does close like this, then we could probably have variation coming after. All right. I mean, if we get some volatility, the market's not even moving at all. You can see right here, it's pretty dead. It's barely moving like 1 or 2 pips. It's literally not moving at all. All right, so if this comes down and rejects off this low right here, then we'll have a variation entry. And that'll probably be the last trade for the day. If it closes, I mean, if it doesn't come below that, then there's not going to be a no variation. Unfortunately, volatility is just too low right now. Maddie said, Sean, this shit is weak, bro. I know, man. The market is just, it's not moving. There's no volatility. So you can't even take any trades. And this is like as low as it gets, right? The 1 minute. If there's no volatility on the 1 minute, there's no volatility on the other time frames either. 3 minutes dead, 10 minutes very dead. 1 hour is literally dead. There's like no movement here. This candle hasn't moved since it got to that point. It's literally been sitting right there for like the past hour. Yeah, and like Patricia said right here, Patricia said, time to get off the computer, no volume gets dangerous. No, I agree 100%. I agree, definitely. Patrick said, Sean, I don't know if folks know, but this is the last week for FTMO challenge promo, 10% off plus 10 extra days to pass your challenge. Yeah, guys. So just FYI, if you guys are looking to sign up for FTMO, or even if you guys aren't ready for it, you guys can always sign up for an FTMO account and get 10% off. And then you can get 10 extra days, but you don't have to start your account today. You can buy it and you can start it next week. So if you guys do plan on doing an FTMO, or if you guys have any, if you guys have any interest in it, I would recommend getting, buying it now and then just using it when you're ready, because you can buy it and you can use it whenever you want. You don't have to use it right now. Oh yeah, yeah. So Randy and Professor said that you have to take the trade by December 31st to have the extra 10 days. Yeah, which doesn't really matter. I mean, because it shouldn't take more than the allotted time to pass your FTMO anyways. So the main thing is just the 10% off. That's the main thing that you guys want. I mean, it's not a huge amount, but if you're doing like a 400K, or I mean 200K, where's my calculator at? Yeah, so if you're doing the 200K count, you know, times 10%. Oh, that's not right. Sorry. 200,000. Damn. I don't know how to use this because I'm used to using like the smaller keyboard, or, you know, the actual keyboard. Using my iMac Pros or my MacBook Pro is kind of weird. There we go. So you get about, oh shit, my bad. I'm doing the math totally off. The count is only like 1,400. That's what I was trying to get to. It's 1,400 times times 10%. You're basically getting off like 140. So you you pretty much will be getting like, you know, a pretty decent discount off it if you guys want to sign up. You know, you guys don't have to, but if you guys ever do plan on doing FTMO, it's probably the best time to sign up for it now, so that you'll get that discount. But then again, you know, what's 140 bucks? Like, you can probably get that in one trade anyways, if you guys end up not catching the deal right now. But yeah, let me check the chat real quick and see what else I'm missing. Thanks, Patricia. Yeah, no, definitely. I'll see you tomorrow. Let me see what else I'm missing over here. Sam said, Sean, do you think the breakout will pick back up in the spring? I think that's when we started applying initially. I mean, possibly, Sam. The breakout is just a lot easier to apply when the market is moving a bit slower, right? Because you don't get like some crazy volatility spikes in the market. I mean, it just depends. The reason why the breakout hasn't been working lately is because a lot of the COVID news, you get a lot of manipulation in the market when market opens. It's not necessarily based on season, Sam. It's based off like if the market's moving smoothly. If the market's moving smoothly with like little to no manipulation, the breakout moves pretty nicely. The problem with the breakout is that there's been a lot of news events that have been happening lately, right? Like the past couple of months, there's been a lot of COVID news. There's just been a lot of stuff with the Fed. Biden's been speaking, you know, Powell's been speaking. There's been a lot of stuff that's been affecting the market. Last year, there wasn't really much of that going on because we were just bouncing back from COVID, and there wasn't really anything crazy going on in the market. And, you know, the COVID numbers were down and everything was just going back to normal. That's why it was working a lot better then. But yeah, I mean, it just depends on the conditions when it comes time, Sam. There's no specific part of the year where the breakout works smoother. It just depends on if there's anything else going on in the market. Like today, right? Keep in mind today there was no news. So there was no news, like even yesterday. So I mean, well, mostly today, there was like no news going on, and there was no like Fed, there was no COVID, there was no Christmas, there's none of that stuff going on. So that's why the breakout today just worked out perfectly fine. So it's just you got to play it by ear. And if you see that there's nothing going on in the market, then you should be fine. But yeah, no specific reason for that. Anyways, back to the charts over here. There's not really much for us to take, man. It's a real bummer because I know Maddie's been waiting for that variation pretty much all morning. I'm surprised we haven't had one variation this entire morning. Like, we've been on this session for an hour and a half almost, with no variation come up the entire morning, which is crazy. I mean, I guess it's not that crazy because sometimes we had one variation right here. So I take that back. We did have one variation, but it's not one that we would have taken because it was a sell. But technically there still was a variation right here. Yeah, Maddie said there's a lot of highs being created. So as you can see right here, this it's just getting tighter. We got a low right there, a little higher. All right, so as you guys can see, it's a pretty clean view right here. Price is just consolidating within this area. So I do see the breakout coming eventually. It just hasn't come yet, but I do see it pushing up higher. Let's go back and check out the retail sentiment, see if it's changed at all. It hasn't changed. It's still at 68%. So, I think their attempt to lure in some more sellers didn't really work. I mean, they did lure in a pretty decent amount of sellers, but not really enough, right? They dropped price right here. Some sellers hopped in. Now price starting to swing back to the upside. We're probably going to see a lot more consolidation for a while. We might see the all-time high break a little later. So what might happen here is price might continue bouncing around this area and then consolidating further. It's probably going to keep consolidating further. And then as we get closer to like midnight, or not midnight, noon, it'll probably finally make its way to the upside. But I mean, who knows? There's no guarantee that's going to happen. It's just by looking at like what's currently happening in the market, we're probably not going to hit that all-time high by the next hour or so. It's going to take some time. But yeah, I mean, for the most part, price is just going sideways right here. Other than that, there's another variation right here, but it's not one that we would take because I'm not looking to take any sells here. But yeah, it's technically a variation right there off that candle. But not really much is going on. You can just see here that, the range is getting tighter and tighter. Yeah, like what Fahad said right here. So Fahad said it's gonna break the all-time high as soon as Sean logs off. It always happens. I mean, it always happens. Like you guys have seen it before. Like we'll wait for hours for a trade, and as soon as I get off the live session, there goes the trade. Or I log off and we're waiting for it to push to the upside. And as soon as I log off, it starts picking up volatility. And it never seems to fail. Yeah, what Randy said. Usually around 8:08 or 8:30 sometimes. Last time we were waiting for the longest. Remember, Randy? We were on this live session until like 8:30. And I was like, man, it's never gonna come. As soon as I log off, like at 8:31, price just spikes to the upside or spikes to the downside. It spiked in one direction. It always happens. It's crazy. But yeah, the market is kind of dead right now. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to drop your questions. Unfortunately, today we didn't have very much volatility at all. We had this volatility earlier this morning where, some people took the breakout, some people took the little push that I took at the top, and we made some okay profit. It wasn't anything crazy, but it was something. So other than that, arrange this dinosaur pattern right here off this. This is kind of funny because it actually looks really, really legit. Let me just scroll up real quick. Sorry, there was more profits here. I didn't even notice this. So Dell over here locked in a total of 574. Nice work, Dell. Patrick over here locked in a total of 7,734. Nice work, Patrick. And then we got Narith over here with a total of 5,818. Nice work, Narith. So great work amongst everyone over here. You guys have been doing pretty good so far overall. Looking over here, Miles just sent me Oh, gotcha. Okay, cool. So Miles actually asked about the 10 days. So thanks, Miles, for doing that. Basically, FTMO confirmed that you have to start your challenge before the second to get the 10 extra days. However, you still get the 10% off regardless. So you guys are you guys should be good if that's what you're looking for. Yeah, Nick is laughing at the dinosaur pattern. So Orain over here is currently up 704 for the day, all wins, no losses. Great work, Orain. And then we got Maddie over here too. Total of 870 for the day, all wins, no losses. Great work, Maddie. So as you guys can see, a lot of people locked in some pretty good profit. I think that's it for the messages with regard to profit so far. But the market is pretty much dead at this moment. Let me see how far this pushed down. Not very much. Other than that, you guys can see that this so this squeeze is actually getting really tight. So this is now the range. You guys can see how much smaller volatility has gotten over the past couple, like every 30 minutes or so, or every 10 minutes or so, market volatility just gets smaller and smaller, right? We had this big volatility push right here. It got tighter within this area, and then it got tighter within this area, and then it got tighter within this area. Now it's really tight within this area. So this this is just confirming that like nothing is really going on right now. And you know, just keep in mind, guys, that I don't recommend taking any trades after 8. If you guys remember my schedule, it's pretty disciplined. I'll trade between 6:30 and 8. I don't trade between 8 and 9. I also don't trade between 9 and 10. But from 10 to 12, I'll take trades if I see something good. You know, it's something that that Maddie like has noticed as well. You know, whenever people take trades after 8 o'clock, like if your entry comes up after 8 o'clock, a lot of times it loses. I don't know why that happens. It's because I know it's because price goes into consolidation, but it just almost always happens where whoever enters a trade after 8, they usually have a loss. So if you guys ever lose trades in the morning, what I would recommend is to identify what time did that trade happen. So anything after 8, I'm not taking any trades at all. If it happens before 8, then I'll probably take it for a partial move, or I'll take it for the full move. But if it happens after 8, I'm definitely not taking any trades. So just you know, keep that in mind. Let me check the yeah, so basically Maria here gave the confirmation. So yeah, basically if you guys buy a challenge, your challenge never expires until you either fail it, you pass it, or or so fail it, pass it, or and until you start the trade. So if you don't take any trades on your challenge, but you have an active challenge that hasn't been used yet, you can use it whenever. What Maria posted here in the Zoom is her her conversation with FTMO. Basically, if you guys don't start your challenge and it gets deactivated, you guys should just message them and then they'll reactivate it. So yeah, if you guys buy your challenge and you don't use it yet, you guys will have I mean pretty much forever until you guys want to use it. And if it gets deactivated, they'll just reactivate it. All right. Other than that, guys, market is officially dead. So yeah, guys, if you guys have any other questions, feel free to drop your questions in the chat. Otherwise, I'm going to be getting off soon. It's 7:55 right now. So if the trade comes after 8, I'm not going to be taking it anyways. But let's see if we get a variation right here. Yeah, same here, Maddie. And he said, I'm gonna wait if there's a buy variation. If not, I'm outros. Same here. I still got to pack and I got to drive out to Vegas. Well, I got to drive to LA first. This is gonna be a big circle for me. I got to drive to LA to pick up my cousins, and then I got to drive to Vegas from there. So I got to be on the road all day today. All right, Maddie, let's see what's good right here. All right, let's see. Possible variation right here. We have about 40 seconds. All right, I got everything all set up here. Got about 20 seconds left on here. Let's see, we got about 5 seconds. All right, so there goes variation right there. There we go, as it pushes up. So if you guys are in the variation with me, I'm in the position. You guys heard a little click earlier, entered my variation there. All right. There we go, full TP. Or almost. I don't know why I didn't trigger mine. It's weird. Let's see. There it goes, it pushes up. I don't know why it didn't close me out. Actually, it did. I just didn't get the alert on there. All right, I manually exited out, guys. I don't know why it didn't pull me out. I guess it got too close. Spread probably got in the way. If you guys want to hold on to it, feel free. I pulled out of mine already because I already hit full TP. It just didn't trigger this right here. You can see the line right there. So the line right there is pushing towards it, meaning that it did hit the TP, but I mean, whatever. Yeah, I already pulled out. So, I mean, if you guys want to pull out, pull out. If not, then, I mean, it looks like it's going to hit either way. I just didn't want to deal with it because it's getting close to 8 o'clock. It's 7:58 right now. So I didn't want to have to deal with it and have to risk being in a trade after 8. I hate being in a trade after 8. I mean, it'll probably keep pushing up. There you go. As it pushes up higher. Looks like a lot of you guys pulled out already. Yeah, it already printed. That's why I was like, yeah, so I'll give you guys a little update here with that move there. So it's a good idea that we pulled out because the market is just not moving smoothly. Plus it's after 8 or it's about to be after 8. I don't like holding trades after 8. So I'll give you guys a little update, my profits real quick, show you guys what I locked in off that. Let me give you guys this right here. Market volatility just really slow. It'll probably keep pushing higher. I do think it's going to push up higher eventually. It's just I don't want to be stuck in the trade. I don't want to be stuck in the trade after 8 o'clock. So that's why I pulled out of it. But I got out with partial profit. I mean, it was so weird because I was looking at my MT4 and then it showed that I was 1,000 in profit already. So I was waiting for it to pull me out, but it didn't. And I'll show you guys what I locked in off that. Nothing crazy, just I mean, it's not even the full TP. It's just a partial, but it's not bad. All right. And both my accounts over here. The key here is just not to get greedy, right? So that's why I had to pull out. I already know how the market moves. Play a lot of games today. So let's see, we got this right here. All right, let me post up all my profits from that trade. You know, the spread was probably wide because volatility is really low right now. So the spread was probably too wide to pull me out at the price that I was looking for. But anyways, here are my profits for the day so far, or for the day in general. I'm not going to be trading anymore today. I have to hit the road shortly. I got to finish packing and then hit the road. But here's my personal account locked in 77, just not crazy amount, but I'm starting to grow my personal account higher and higher, which is good. Here's my MFF locked in a total of 1,730. So great work off that. Here's my copier locked in a total of 1,527. And then here is my main account. I locked in a total of 1,807. So across all my accounts here, I locked in 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, well over 4,000, almost 5,000 for the day. And that's just with 2 trades. So as you guys can see, you know, quality trades are better than the quantity trades. Literally, you can take X amount of trades and do really well per day, per week, per month, etc. So let me just give a little update off this. Losing out the let's see. All right. So there we go with that right there. Hopefully all you guys pulled out profit. I mean, it's still running right now and it's still in profit. If you guys are still in it, I believe. All right, cool. Yeah. So, I mean, it's still running right now, guys, and it's still in profit. So if you guys are still in it, I would recommend probably either exiting or putting your stop loss in profit. So, I mean, if you guys are still in it, it's in profit right now. I do think it's going to push up. It's just not, it's after 8. So I don't really want to hold on to it, but it looks like it's going to push up right there. So, I mean, it looks good for the most part. But other than that, let me see if there's anything else here. Let's see what else everyone else locked in. Charles over here locked in 264 off this account. Nice work, Charles. And then his other account locked in 677. Nice work off that. And then his third account right here locked in a total of 2,952. Great work, Charles. I think this is your funded account, right, for your week. So you're doing good off that. Maddie over here locked in a total of 1,388 for the week or for the day. So great work right there, Maddie. All wins, no losses. Man, Maddie took the sell there. This guy, sneaky guy over here. This dude took the sell when we were just watching it. He took that variation from the top. So nice work right there, Maddie. I'm glad that you hit your TP off that. Oh, I remember. I think you were talking about earlier where you got in, you pulled out quick. So yeah, Maddie took the sell there. And then he caught some profit, but no, great work here across all your accounts. 1,388. Nice work. Isaac over here as well, and profit a total of 2,255. Nice work, Isaac. And then looking over here at the chat, we got Orain with 704. We got Sisuk with a total of 4,560. All wins, no losses. We got Josh over here. Nice. Josh is back. So Josh, I think Josh is funded now, right, Josh? Josh locked in a total of 1,560. Glad to see you back, Josh. Great profit right there. Albert over here locked in a total of 907. Nice work, Albert. Patrick over here locked in a total of 8,288. Nice. So the last variation got him to 8K. So that last variation pushed him up. Patrick here pulled out a little bit early too with us. Oh, and full TP off the variation. So if you guys held it, full TP. So regardless as to whether you guys pulled out early with us, I pulled out a little early because market was just moving weird and spread was crazy. Patrick pulled out early too. He only made 590 off it. He was supposed to make 1,000, but if you guys held on to it, full TP. So as you guys can see, if you guys are patient and wait for those perfect entries, you guys should have no problem passing your FTMO. It's like literally impossible for you guys not to pass your FTMO unless you guys don't follow directions, right? Maddie over here, 1,388. Nice work, Maddie. Obviously, my profits right here. Narith locked in a total of 7,848. Great work, Narith. Matthew over here held on to that buy, locked in a total of 109. Looks like he moved his stop loss in profit. So unfortunately, it pulled back, kicked him out, but he still made profit, which is good. Other than that, see Rav over here. Nice work, Rav. So look at Rav over here. Rav's currently up 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 for the day off all of his MFFs. So great work right here. Rav, this might be your month, bro. You might be passing all your MFFs and then you're going to have 3 funded accounts, 600K by next year. So congrats to that, Rav, right there. And then Scotty as well, locked in a total of 210. So great work, Scotty. Great work, everybody. You guys did amazing today. Other than that, I think that's it for the profit so far. If you guys have more profits, go ahead and send them in. Great work off this profit right here for whoever held on to it. I could have held on to it, but I just I don't want to hold that risk of holding on to a trade past 8. So I think that's it for now, guys. So I think that's it for our session. It's way past my live session time. I usually get off before 8, but it is 8:07 right now. So if you guys do have any questions, feel free to email me and or message me. Just keep in mind that I will be traveling for the next 4 days. So I will be bringing my mobile setup. So I'll be trading from my hotel room tomorrow with you guys in the morning. The money doesn't stop, guys, whether I'm traveling, whether I'm with family, whether I'm with whoever, I'm still going to be trading every morning. I bought this computer specifically for you guys so that I could trade with you guys live every morning while I travel. So if you guys do have questions, it might take a while for me to respond. I'll be on the road for probably 8 hours today because I got to drive to LA, then I got to drive to Vegas, then I got to drive somewhere after that. I know a lot of people are telling me I should have flew, but I just got a lot of luggage to carry. This is going to be like a family reunion for me because we didn't have a big Christmas this year. So we're having our Christmas this week. Yeah, Tommy. No, Tommy's going to be there too, man. So if anyone's in Vegas, you probably run into me and Tommy somewhere out there. Tommy, you're out there with your family too. So Tommy, call me when you get out there or text me or whatever. I see Ricky's out there already. So I will, I'll meet you guys there. So let's go gamble today. Yeah, MJ, come through too. Yeah, all you guys come through. Yeah, Tommy, I'll see you at the craps tables. All right, guys. So have a great rest of your morning. If you guys don't have to trade, then Maddie said I need a fat Tuesday after this BS market. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to get when I get out there. So guys, if you guys have questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I will be in Vegas, so I will be with family, so I won't really be responding all throughout the day. I will probably be setting a set time for you guys to respond. But other than that, guys, have a great rest of your morning. If you guys do decide to take any trades, I do recommend having a bullish bias. Also, I do recommend that you guys move your stop loss and profit and use proper risk at all times. So other than that, guys, I'll see you guys later. And if you guys have questions, feel free to email me or message me on Telegram, and I'll get back to you guys as soon as possible. So see you guys tomorrow.